Hello everyone, so today I'm coming at you with another foundation wear test video. This is the E.L.F. Oil-Free SPF 15 Sunscreen Flawless Finish Foundation. And I have mine in the shade Porcelain. It comes in about 4 different shades. I picked this up at Walmart and it costs $6. So the price is good, but I will say there needs to be more shades with this. The only directions it has for applying are about the sunscreen that's in it, you know, apply 15 minutes before sun exposure, yada yada yada. But I want to see how this wears as a foundation. So it comes in a matte glass bottle and it has like a black matte cap that's kind of loose. It doesn't fit very tightly, so that's a little bit scary, and it comes in a pump. So what I am going to do is apply half my face with a brush and half of my face with a sponge. I also want to tell you that you do get 0.68 fluid ounces or 20 milliliters for $6. And I do like that it has, on the back it says you need to throw this away after 6 months, that it expires. I like it when things have an expiration date on them. 0.68 ounces is less than your standard foundation, which the standard foundation is a 1 fluid ounce bottle. So it is a little bit cheaper, but you are getting less product, so be warned about that. I'm going to take and just pump this on the back of my hand. Do 2 pumps here. We'll see how this looks. It's kind of a lighter mousse. It feels very thick and creamy, but it's got a mousse-like texture. And that's kind of what it looks like here on the back of my hand. It's not running down my hand, so it's not very watery. This is the lightest shade in the range, so I've got that dotted on pretty generously. I'm going to go ahead and do this side with the wet Beauty Blender. On first impression, this isn't really wanting to spread out very well. I'm kind of having to tug a little bit to get it to blend. So this is one half of my face with the foundation and half of my face without. It did cover a lot of my redness just for one layer. And on the face, it looks very natural and has kind of a semi-matte finish. So I'm going to take what's left on my hand here, put it on this side of my face. I think I might have to get a little more product. This side on with a dense brush. This is the Morphe M439 brush. It is blending out a lot easier with the brush. I'm trying to judge the difference in coverage now that I have that applied on both sides. Even though it blended out easier with the brush, I actually think I got a little more coverage out of the sponge side. I'm going to take a little bit more of this and see if I can build it up in any areas that my oils usually get to me or that I still see texture or redness. So that would mean right here on my cheeks and the T-zone. I think the reason it was so hard to blend out with the sponge the first time, now that I'm going in with a second layer, is because I had to wait like a minute or so before I finished blending it out, because my camera had the low battery symbol and I had to hurry up and change it while I had foundation sitting on this half of my face. So in that respect, this does set very quickly. So if you're going to use a sponge, blend it out fast, maybe work in sections. I'd say we got to the low end of medium coverage. It did build up on itself a little bit, but don't want to go in with too much product. Then I'm going to go in and set this with a powder, and we're going to come back and see how the foundation looks with the rest of my makeup on. I'm back and the time is now 12:24 here, and I've got all my makeup applied, just some real light easy makeup for today. I don't have any major plans. I think my boyfriend and I are going to watch some anime and take my dog to get her nails trimmed and just have a good day out. I will check in with you at the end of the night. I want to let you know how this performed throughout the day. I will say, after I finished like putting a setting powder on it and doing the rest of my makeup, everything seemed to blend out on top of it pretty seamlessly. As of right now, the color is matching me 100%. Like, the color for this is spot on. I did not expect it to match me like it did, considering so many of the reviews say that it runs very dark, which I will say for a porcelain or the lightest shade, it is a little dark, but for me, it happens to match 100% to a T. I'm loving how natural and lightweight that this feels at the moment, and it doesn't seem to be emphasizing any texture or like the fine lines on my forehead, anything like that. So I will keep you posted. It doesn't feel sticky or anything either, and I would say you can get up to medium coverage out of this. So with that being said, we will continue to monitor it throughout the day, and I will check in with you guys and let you know later. Hey guys, so the time is now 10:05 in the evening. I've had this foundation on since about noon, so we're looking at about 10 hours of wear time. I will say I started to notice a breakdown at around 8:45. I don't know if you can tell in these clips, but it has started to break down a little on my chin and my cheeks. Pretty much in my T-zone area is where the most breakdown has occurred. It's gone from looking really nice and natural to just kind of like it's gone, like there's not a whole lot left. So I could say, based on my experience, you can get at least a good 7, maybe 8 hours of wear out of this, but after that you are going to want to touch up or reapply. When I did blot my face with a little bit of toilet paper just to see how it did at 8:45, I did notice some of the product coming off with the blotting action. I do know that's not an actual blotting paper, but that's all I had at the moment. I'm here in my boyfriend's apartment. The foundation never really seemed to settle in any fine lines or under my eyes or anything like that, so I greatly appreciate that. That's a pretty big accomplishment. Most foundations do tend to do that on me. So my overall thoughts on this E.L.F. foundation are that I think it's a really good foundation for the price. If you can find a shade in your range or mix it with some kind of a mixer foundation to get it to work for you. The color never changed on me. I do think it was perfect. The coverage was more of a natural light finish, and it's good for just everyday wear because I didn't do anything too strenuous today, but it did get really hot here, and we did spend a little bit of time walking outside, and it was really hot in the apartment. So I did get pretty sweaty today. So I don't think it's good if you know you're going to be out, outside all day sweating, really strenuous conditions to put a foundation under. But I think just for everyday wear, going to class, going to work, this is a really good foundation. And I think that that's what I'm going to use it as, is just your basic everyday foundation, which that's what most of us are looking for, is just a good everyday foundation. We're not all Kim Kardashian or Jaclyn Hill. We don't always have a full face of makeup on. Not saying that I don't wear a full face of makeup, and I love Jaclyn Hill. I think she's awesome, and Kim K is Kim K. So I mean, we idolize these people, but not all of us are going to wear makeup like that on the daily. I don't see it. So I think for the average person, this is a really good foundation for the price. It competes just as well, if not better, than some of my high-end foundations. If you're in the market for a new foundation and you happen to run across this one at the drugstore, I highly recommend that you pick it up. So that's all for me tonight. I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.